Be sure to cook. Today we're going to be doing meatball subs. We're going to do everything homemade. And I'm going to add a little Creole seasoning inside of there. It's going to give this a great stir. That guys, I am good to go. I hear you. Yes. Oh my God, that is wonderful. So that was about 4 to 5. I'm back. Bye. Welcome back to another episode of Be Sure to Cook. Today, we're going to be making a cinnamon swirl cheesecake with no crust. So stay tuned and let's do this. I did some spring pans for my cheesecake. I put aluminum foil on the bottom. These are mini cheesecakes. And I put a parchment paper non-stick. I cut off the rim and put them in the bottom. So I'm hoping that they don't leak because some of the spring pan, that's why we put the paper in the bottom, hoping they don't leak. Okay, then we're going to put exactly, I measured it, 2 cups of water in this pan. As you know, I have a rack here that goes at the bottom. It's going to keep it kind of elevated. Most people take their cakes and they take water and they put them up halfway. But since I'm kind of iffy about it, I'm just going to leave it right there at the base of it, the water. And we're going to just cook them like that at 325 degrees. But first, we got to make the mix. Okay, so let's get to it. All right, now we're going to get to our filling mix that we have. We're going to open up 2 Philadelphia cream cheese and 1/2 Philadelphia cream cheese. Okay, this is my first, and I'm greedy, so I'm going to scrape all the remains out of here and make sure everything gets in the pan. Okay, going on to my next one. Okay, my second one. I'm gonna open up this one. Third, that is my half. You just cut that in half. Make sure these are room temperature. Let's beat this until it gets a creamy mix. After I blended this very well, I'm gonna add 1/3 cups of granulated sugar. And I wanna really beat this because I want that sugar to really mix in there. I don't want sugar grains. One-4 teaspoon of salt. 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. I'm just gonna sip this in here. Great. Start to mix well. Flour on the sides. I'm just gonna scrape down the flour. Okay, I've got to crack 5 eggs at room temperature. Okay. 5 large eggs at room temperature. And then my last egg, I always crack on the bowl. Open, everything's in there. Okay, so these look very great. Okay, I'm gonna start blending. I'm gonna add 1 egg at a time. Okay, second egg. Third egg. Fourth egg. Last egg. All right. I'm giving 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Okay, it's just a teaspoon. Mix that up a little bit. I'm going to need 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Got to have a little flavor there. I'm going to put something else in here also, guys. That's 1. And that's 2. Okay, then this is a can of sweetened condensed milk. And this is 14 ounces. Okay, we got to scrape down the sides. We didn't get a chance to scrape down any of these sides. Okay. Okay, my secret is 1 tablespoon of Jim Beam. So it's gonna cook off anyway. It's gonna give us a little bit of flavor. Let's go ahead and mix that up. All right, now it's real loose, like an ice cream custard, because this is exactly what this is, a custard. So it's gonna get thickened as it cooks, and it's gonna get real thick. So don't worry about that. Just pour your batter into your tin pans, put your water in and put them at 325 degrees for at least about an hour. Check them. What you want to do is you want to get a toothpick or a small little edge knife. You want to stick it in there and make sure it comes out clean. Just like a cake. Okay, we're going to start making our brown sugar cinnamon for our cinnamon cheesecake. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I got a half teaspoon of butter. Half tablespoon of butter, but I'm not melting it. I'm just going to mix it up. And 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, because you want all of that together. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, I'm taking my spoon and I'm just going to mix this up. Okay, so here is my mix, and I got my little pans. This is my first one. I'm going to add the cheesecake filling into this. Okay, that cinnamon filling, I'm going to place it in here like so. Scraping it off a little bit. There we go. Okay, and I'm kind of like not touching all the way to the bottom, but just like in the middle of it, and kind of like swirling it around. And that is the cinnamon going into the pan. Okay, I measured it out, 3 cups of hot boiling water. I'm going to put in here where took these just right, like I like them. This is going to go in the oven for 325 degrees. Okay, after you let your cheesecake cook for an hour or hour and 20 minutes, you have to check it every 20 minutes and stick that toothpick in there. If it comes out clean, then you know it's ready to come out. Okay, so what I did is I let those cool for at least 30 to 45 minutes, and after I did that, I wrapped it up and I put it in the refrigerator. You can put it in a pan and put some aluminum foil. You can put it in a bowl, as long as it don't touch the top of it. You want that to be cool enough to put in the refrigerator and let it sit for overnight. Okay, the next morning they will be delicious, cold, and ready to serve. Okay, and here it is, our cinnamon swirl cheesecake. Okay, let's take it out of the mold. Now, don't forget, I put double wrap around the base of it because it leaks. And they all leak. Oh, sometimes they look bad. And you can tell it's kind of leaked a little bit really bad. But that's okay. At least we got the cheesecake. And see what I mean by leak? Like that. Okay, it really did leak. Gonna pop this up. Okay, and I'm gonna set that down on a nice decoration plate. But I wanted to show you how it leaks and what to expect when you get it out of there. Sometimes it might not leak. Sometimes it might. But if it does leak, you want to make sure you're covered, like I was with the aluminum foil. Double aluminum foil wrap. So I was covered, plus I did have the lining at the bottom, the portion paper at the bottom. Sometimes you can buy liners for each pan, but my pan didn't come with options of liners, so I just took some portion paper and I just traced around, the top of the rim and cut around it and then put my own paper in there, instead of it coming with the liners. You can do that. Or you can go find liners for, your pan size. And this was a small pan size. I was using mini. So you can do big ones or minis, but these were just comfortable for me because guess what? It's just me and hubby here. So we don't need a big, humongous, how you go to the store or you get a dessert and you have to make a great big one. It's just you and your mate. And you like, what are we going to do with all this cake, all this cheesecake? You can make mini ones for you and your hubby, and you don't have to worry about throwing anything away. So this is this. This is my cinnamon swirl cheesecake. Okay, what I did is I got my knife and I put some water, warm water in there to make that warm water with a dry paper towel. And then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to slice into this cheesecake. It makes it so much better. Comes out smooth, dipping my knife in there. And I got a little thin serrated knife here to cut clean and even for me. Then I'm going to make another little cut here. There we go. And I'm going to try to pull this up. Don't forget, I do have this parchment paper right around here. Hopefully. Look at that, guys. And I'm going to put this to the side. It's a little miniature cut. And I'm going to turn this around. Here we go, cinnamon swirl cheesecake with no crust. You can add crust if you want. If you want to, you can use a regular pie crust or you can use any type of crust you want. You can also use a graham cracker crust, but this is no crust, but you can always put a crust to it. Hey, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. We did this, you and me. We did this together. We made this dish. Come back soon so we can make plenty more dishes. See you next time. Bye. Hey, do you want me to say something? A big thing other than make different kinds? Is it showing you any? Looks good on it.